And we are live. You shut your mouth.
God damn it.
Ah, fuck, cord. Ah, oof, oof, ah, oof, ah, skibbity bop, ah. Ouch. I hit my head.
We're back.
And we're back. But we were never gone, except for last week.
Yeah.
When we had snowstorm and then became really comfortable with our lives.
Very much so. No, I actually didn't have a single slot in my entire week where I could fit this in.
You slot.
So I am super sorry. I was the one that initiated the cancel because I have...
Cancel culture.
Well, we both have quite a bit of way to go.
Yes.
I think we both would have made it into the studio.
But never home.
Never home.
Yeah.
Never home.
You'll be stranded here.
Yes.
Yep.
So I just said no. And, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, like, that's a good thing.
It's very adult.
And that's basically a segue into this episode. Sometimes you just got to talk about Willow.
Willow! Hey,
So
we finally made it.
We finally watched Willow. It only took like 30 years. And the best thing about this movie is, I guess the storytelling is what we're going to focus on.
Yeah.
It's me in the house today. It's Robert. And
Hello.
it is Matt the Matt Biscuit.
That's me.
Yay!
You know what?
Mad Mardigan Maddie.
Matt Mardigan.
Okay, first of all, you know what I thought was the best thing with Willow? Tom Cruise. That wasn't in it.
That was, I think, the best fucking thing ever. I'm so sad that we ruined that for you and didn't run along with that joke. And she's like,
Actually, yes.
Tom Cruise, yeah. And then just like you discover that he's not in this movie.
Yeah, but that's such a... It's the story is so much longer than we just portrayed it. But we should have just played along for as long as possible. Because we should watch Legend.
Yeah.
Because
it is a great movie.
I guess
Tim Curry.
The one movie you thought of with Tom Cruise.
No, exactly.
I don't remember shit from that one either.
There's
And
a
I
unicorn,
saw it more
I think.
recently than I saw Willow.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
Yes.
And who made Legend?
Tom Cruise.
Nobody? Yeah, anybody?
No.
Oh, yeah, Ridley Scott.
There you go.
There you go. That's what I was going to say next.
Yes.
That was...
So good.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it's so
like
good.
a me.
That, yeah. But yeah, so we should actually watch Legend.
Willow. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yes. What you said.
We just did.
Because they came
but
out quite exactly the same time, right? Or?
I think maybe.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, I think
Definitive answer.
definitely
Yes, maybe.
Maybe.
Definitely, yes,
for
maybe.
sure.
I like it.
So we've had alcohol, and that's why this is happening.
And yes, I am close to the buttons.
Yeah, and also we don't have a lot of time before Robert drops another one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you what it is he drops.
I'm not dropping anything.
But it's not Beats by Dre. So we need to get out of this room fast.
But we did miss a whole week.
Yeah.
And we are super sorry that we weren't able to deliver the Willow that we promised last week. So we delivered that plus Maddie this week.
You delivered me. Great.
We delivered a baby.
The biggest bonus you would ever get.
Exactly. We delivered the baby.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Yeah, the baby. I actually didn't mean to press that one.
Well, there you go.
That will.
You sunk my joke. But nobody gets the joke if you haven't seen Willow. So
There you go.
But it's the baby.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm stopping now.
no, but are we doing the intro?
Yeah, we're actually still doing the intro.
Okay, yeah. So I've been good. How have you been? I have nothing to add. I've been working. I'm in work mode.
Yeah. I've been in total work mode, but also moving mode times like 50 billion. I've never moved this much my entire life, and I've moved a lot.
Yes.
This weekend was insane. First, moving studios. Thankfully, just next door, but it's still a lot of weight being lifted from one place to another. So my body was very, very tired because... Seriously, I don't work out.
I just see like a training montage of you like moving furniture to like 80s music.
Yeah. Take
so
it
good.
to the limit. Yeah.
And then the story you told me about the table that you just like,
Yeah.
you just took it
It's
like,
yeah, that's
not that far.
What's the song? Yeah,
That's the song.
that's the one.
Womp womp to the danger zone.
Oh my God! But it's
I don't know.
it is highway to the danger zone. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Highway to the danger zone.
It's a very sad theme song.
That was exactly my weekend.
Yeah. Trying but failing.
Because I was so like, I need to be so fucking pumped for this. This is gonna be amazing, and that's the only thing I heard in my head. Everything hurt. Like
Delivering the baby.
everything hurt. It was so bad.
Moving was like delivering a baby.
Moving the studio was fine. That was just easy move, and then the boss treated us to pizza and stuff. It was great.
A normal move.
Bonding with the colleagues and
I was like the babies.
The babies.
Studio babies.
But then over the weekend, we moved from my apartment, Sanna's old apartment, to our new apartment. And then in between that, moved furniture to like the waste station, whatever, you know, where you throw away all the junk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine there's a lot of people going to those recycled stations just before Christmas too, because they want to get rid of all the junk before they get all the new junk.
So much people.
And they seem to enjoy it, those
and
bastards.
nobody seems to know where they're going. They're all like driving, stopping, you know, turning and parking where they shouldn't be parked, and just like in the way of everybody, including ours, like me and Sanna's brother, who went to.
But it's so simple. Like
there's a line.
Like,
you follow that line.
Yes,
there's a certain areas where you can park.
Yeah,
you park there.
And then you throw
no, not in Stockholm, man. Not in Stockholm. Yeah. You just go wherever you want and do whatever you want and just block everybody.
Everyone, yeah.
Yep.
All the time.
Me and a friend of mine, we actually tend to do that as a fun thing during weekends.
Blocking?
We have been doing that at least 4 times, going to the recycle station to just throw junk.
So how was your week, Maddie?
My week has been terrible, but those kind of trips, going to the recycle station, they are always fun, but it's always mad. I mean, I'm always impressed by people, how dumb they are.
Yeah.
Because they're always in the way. It's like, it's so easy.
But that's the one thing that I've realized that is my superpower, is that I am always in the way of everybody.
So you're one of the dum-dums.
Yeah.
Always
I am.
in the way. Batman 2,
Nice.
starring Robert.
Love it.
That's what gonna be my part today.
and up to the whole moving part, the week was super hectic as well. So I didn't have time to do anything last week. It was a shit week. It was, but great because I got to work. But just work. Didn't get to see my family at all, and just to finish off the thing. But Maddie, oh my God, we haven't seen you since Comic-Con. How are you, dude?
It's good. It's been quite stressful just now before Christmas. I'm trying to wrap up a lot of too many projects, but it's good. But I'm going up north next week. So already I'm going to sit on a art residence, big kind of house all by myself for a month.
I hate you.
You're going up north.
No, so that's basically, it's going to be me in a scary, spooky house that I was so afraid of when I was a kid. So
Really?
Yes, so I'm going to sit there all by myself. So it's going to,
scary stories.
it's basically going to be like The Shining.
That's
I
exactly what I'm
kinda-
thinking. Like no fun
Same.
and no play makes.
No,
boy.
Wrong one. There you go.
Yep. That is it.
Here's Maddie.
No, when I was a kid, I walked past that house and I always looked into the windows like, Jesus Christ, this house is so scary.
When you see those dark windows, just black, and you know somebody's in there,
Yep.
but they're not.
You'll be in
But
there,
they are.
but
Yeah.
Yep. No, so I'll go up there and gonna
but you
work.
can rent the place.
Yeah, no, it's a friend of mine who is
The caretaker.
The caretaker taking care of it.
It's a dictator.
Dictator, that's what I meant.
The dictator.
He dicks the
He's
Tate.
the dictator.
No, so I'm gonna. She reached out to me and said that there's an open spot during December.
Hey, but
so,
did she say it in this voice?
yes,
Like, Maddie, won't you come up to
during the cold winter.
Just like this movie has inspired me. That's why. Like the magician's voice is
I
exactly
do
what
hear
you.
the intro coming.
Yeah.
Don't you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
hear it?
Yeah, let's roll.
That's
You
where it
had
goes.
something left to say before I interrupted you. What
you?
the map? Yes, you had.
Did I?
Okay, intro
No,
it
No.
is. Chaos.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Failing sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line. Sketchbook hero.
And we're back.
We're back.
Oh,
It
Maddie, you
is.
were saying?
Yeah. No, I said that I was wrapping up a lot of projects. I'm still working on my illustrated works and books and whatnot. And also, I also received almost like an A4 with feedback from my editor for the second book that I'm writing. And also, god dang it, I'm so happy that there is that a thing. Good editors that gives you feedback. And then because when you write your first script and send it in, you feel like, this is good enough. And then the editor have a look at it, send it back, and like, oh, this makes so much sense.
Okay,
So
well,
it's-
yeah.
So then, when you appreciate really good constructive feedback,
yeah.
then you feel like, dang, this is what I need to become a better writer.
Yeah.
Because, when you send it, your first draft in, like, yeah, good enough. So I thought. And then when she pointed out all the small things that I can change,
All the
small things. No, it's so valuable to have that.
Yeah.
So just for all you listeners out there, feedback, so good. That's how you grow as a person.
We're going to dive into that a lot more.
in a different episode.
In this episode.
Oh.
Because this episode, we told you guys last episode that we were going to watch Willow.
Exactly.
And then there was a hiatus of a week.
Exactly.
And
now
we
we're
were gonna
drunk
come in and we're like,
shit.
we're gonna do something really. Let's watch
Storytelling.
Willow. We're watching Willow. We watched Willow.
We watched Willow.
We did.
And then
But
but
Ilias made it sound so nice and twisted and good that we're gonna focus on storytelling. But then with the angle of going in with just seeing Willow.
yeah.
So we saw the movie Willow from '88.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. George Lucas, Ron Howard, kicking ass,
Yep.
or maybe not. That's up to you, dear listener. It's on Disney Plus or whichever streaming service you have that is kind of Disney
That has
related.
Willow.
That has Willow.
Hulu.
It's such a weird movie to come out at that time, and it is one of my very, very sort of like it's close to heart.
Same.
It's a good childhood memory type of movie, just like Star Wars, actually.
Yeah.
I remember watching it like during winter under a blanket, just sitting there watching it with my dad or family.
Yeah, or
Like
on
it's
repeat.
it's my childhood very much. It's so dark.
It's so dark. Yeah.
It's so fucking dark. But so the angle of the episode is Willow, but storytelling. How will we juggle this? I don't know.
I don't know. Should we just talk about the movie just a bit in general and then kind of dive into the points that we actually liked like this, like the storytelling aspects of.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, should we just skip the whole like recapping the whole fucking movie?
No,
like we
I
always
would
do?
just I would just tell like sort of like the whole plot like right now.
Yeah.
Just like spoilers.
Let's make it as short as possible. Let's
That's what
make
I'm
that
thinking.
into like the thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking as well.
Because
So-
we're not good at that.
no, and also alcohol doesn't help.
Yeah,
but
very much. Yes.
But basically, there's this prophesized baby that needs to be killed because this evil lady doesn't want to die.
Anybody remember the evil lady's name?
Mardgordva. Mardgordva.
Something more
Polish. It was Polish.
Yeah.
Gerda.
Yeah.
Jarda.
Jarda, but
Oh.
Polish.
Som fan. There you go. Yeah.
But she wants this baby dead, but they sneak the baby out of the castle and the search begins basically. And the baby is then tossed into the river.
Moses style.
Exactly. And it gets found by Willow.
Little
And-
people.
Yeah, little people. And
What were they called? Pike? No, not pike.
no, that was the racist slur for the
Pecs.
Pigs.
No, Pex was also the
Pecs. Yeah.
No, but that
that-
was the
that's-
racist slur.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's what I wanted to remember.
Okay,
I just
okay.
forgot it.
But basically, Willow finds her, like, or his kids find her, like, so he doesn't want anything to do with her because he just knows that a baby floating down the river is going to mean trouble for his family. So he's hoping that they'll just push her, further
yeah.
down, like, just let someone else find the baby. And not the rapper. In case of confusion, it's not the baby, the rapper, that floats down the river.
It could have been.
It could have been, but then again,
Maybe
the
it
bad
should have
guys.
been.
Yeah. So the bad guys come looking, and Willow sets off on a journey to kind of,
Save
the
baby.
prophesized baby.
Yeah,
So
more or
they
less.
can defeat
Beth Morda.
Beth Morvadar.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
name.
looks evil. And all the evil people in
She
this
looks
movie.
like a combination of Snow White's mother and
Exactly that.
Mumra.
Exactly. Mumra and also King Joffrey.
And
Mouth.
also
King Joffrey's mouth.
Yeah.
And also Maleficent.
Maleficent.
And
yeah.
Maleficent.
The only thing I don't like about the bad guys in this movie is that they had the cadence of Mars attacks in their speech pattern. Like very theatrical
tap.
and tap, tap, tap.
I will baby
Yeah,
will
exactly.
be destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. It was very sort of like, it was so weird. And once you catch on,
Very
you're-
theatrical. But only in the beginning, I
Yeah,
think.
it was
kind of-
mostly in the
They got
beginning,
into
yeah,
it
yeah.
a little bit. But I totally agree, and now I only hear myself speaking that way. So, tap, tap, tap,
So
tap.
you can notice when people like transition over to the bad side, the dark side. Oh no, Zingaya! Say kill him. Just kill him.
Deep cuts.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Just-
Just
The worst sound effect ever. Everything is fun right now because drugs.
drunks.
But that is basically the movie, and I think the beautiful thing about this movie, because we haven't seen that movie in, I don't know.
Well, I saw it just like 1 year ago.
Oh shit! Okay,
something
I
like
haven't
that.
seen it in like.
But seriously, I did not
Whining?
remember much of it. So I think I saw it like and then passed out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I saw it last time. Either it was 1999 or
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I actually saw the whole thing.
No, because you saw Legend.
Yeah, no, I was totally mixing those movies up.
I don't know how you.
Like Val Kilmer, Tom
So when did
Cruise,
you see
same
Legend
thing,
last?
same
So
thing.
you're saying that all the white people look the same to you?
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
Yes.
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 No, but that's the thing also. I think I haven't seen Legend as a full movie either. I only
Oh,
seen like small snippets of it. When you're walking past the TV, you're like, huh, that's Tim Curry as a devil. Cool.
You don't see that it's Tim Curry.
No,
How
you
could you
don't.
fucking pick that up? I don't know.
Oh no, you don't.
But you can hear it. Jesus Christ, his
I
voice.
don't,
Yeah.
I don't actually remember.
No, but you
anything.
kind
Like,
of
it's been so long.
don't. Like it's so amplified. Like it's so big.
Yeah,
like
it's like-
the voice is so like.
But he was-
Yeah,
I
I just
remember-
hear it so clearly.
Well,
Like
let's
it's
go back
so-
to Willow though.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, so just sidetrack. I'm just gonna mention Tim Curry in
Alone.
Loaded Gun
I don't
as a
know.
wilderness
Loaded Gun?
He was
Yep,
in that.
He's the Wilderness Girls. He's
Oh my God!
I don't
it's
remember
so
this.
good. Love it.
Do you mean the naked gun?
No, loaded weapon.
Loaded weapon.
Yeah, sorry, not loaded weapon.
There you go. Because
That-
I remember that.
Loaded
I remember him in the dress with the ponytails
Yeah.
or the
don't.
braids, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Still
worries.
good. Tim Curry, always a legend. Oh my God.
But I think-
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
And I think what they did beautifully in Willow, to get back to the thing, how is this working? Like, I usually don't remember where the fuck we are. Alcohol helps, apparently. But, like, the world building, like, where they live in their little shire, basically.
Yeah. Very much.
And I think they hired, like, 200 little people to kind of, like, when they go to the market and everything into town, basically.
It's a filled town
And
of
it's believable.
little people or dwarves or
But it's but they actually like it. They made it believable. They made it beautiful. They had these What are the people called? The dress.
The Sami people.
The Sami people. Yeah, it was so good. Like they've taken a bit of different cultures and kind of made it into its own thing. And I
they
think,
melded it all into this perfect thing. It just felt believable, really.
and it has this like the way that everyone's acting. Like it could be a disaster.
Yeah.
And besides the bad guys, it actually kind of works,
Yeah,
Like,
I wasn't.
most of it.
There wasn't really a single point in the whole movie, really, that I got taken out of it.
Except the Italian, French people.
What do you mean?
Oh,
What do you mean? We are the brownies.
Oh, the brownies.
The brownies was
No,
weird.
they were French.
They were
Okay.
French.
Yeah.
They're
French
angry.
Canadian.
French brownies.
French Canadians.
Angry French German kind of
Furries.
accents going on.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they were like.
Furries.
Yeah, furries.
Half furries. Maybe, yeah, apart from them.
From them.
But the entire movie kind of just made sense.
Yeah, it did.
In a way.
And it held up. And when it was heartfelt, it was truly heartfelt. Like you
It was.
actually felt it. That
Yeah.
was the beauty of it. And that's
But again, that's perfect storytelling.
yeah.
But there's so much towards the end
Yeah.
where I just feel like they just snipped.
Oh, they dropped it the
A
ball hard.
lot.
Yeah, of course.
So there was so much that I was hoping to see or wanting to see and then lacking.
Felt like it would be more stakes or something.
Yeah,
Like if she were holding the baby or something, and I feel like, oh my God, something could happen.
exactly.
Not
I
the
just see
rapper.
We just see the rapper.
She was holding the wrapper. Obviously, that's what we mean. No, we gave every single person out there the homework to watch Willow last time.
Yeah.
So obviously, we don't have to say spoiler alert,
We're not saying that.
but we just did.
no, you
So
did.
Shame on you. Yeah,
shame on you
on
if
you.
you haven't watched Willow before we're listening.
But it's
to this
going to be
episode.
interesting as well if you listening have felt the same thing that we felt.
Yeah.
Because we were talking up to the point where
We were continuously talking,
Yes.
actually.
But I was just like when Willow is going to like leave for this epic adventure and he just like him and his wife have this moment and we've had like seconds with the wife
Yeah.
and like a few more seconds with him. But you
she-
just feel it. We all just stopped and just like looked at them. It was like a beautiful moment where
Yep.
they're like, we've never been apart.
Yeah.
Like we've always been in this goddamn village.
You
basically.
felt it
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Compared to shows these days or movies these days, like with that little amount of screen time,
Yeah.
no way you would
Yeah.
sell it as well as they did this.
And I wonder why that is. Like, how did they manage to establish them so much
Yeah.
that you fucking
But
care?
it's so I imagine when you said his wife,
yeah.
I just see her pick up the baby
Yeah,
and
yeah,
taking care of the baby
Yeah.
and being like so loving and
Loving,
caring
yeah.
immediately.
It's just the baby.
And she was super cute before that too.
Yeah,
But that was just like 1 second, maybe 2 seconds.
dude, it's so little
it's so
screen
fast.
time. Yeah, it's everything.
And then she just takes care of the baby without knowing where the baby comes from
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything. She takes the baby in, and that's her baby now. And that just says everything about this woman that takes
As a person,
care
yeah.
of the baby.
Yeah.
So you
The baby.
Not not the rapper,
baby.
Elias.
Holding a
That was-
I have to keep saying it.
yeah.
but
We should have like a count thing going.
Drinking
but-
game.
But no, just that, the fact that she did that so uncarelessly about anything apart from taking care of the baby.
Yeah.
I had to. It just made me love her so much.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. And you don't see her for the rest of the fucking movie.
More or less.
And when you see her again, it's the same fucking...
Yeah.
You're like,
You just
there
love
she
her.
is. Yeah.
I'm like, yes!
Yes.
Oh my god!
It's so insane.
Yeah.
What's
how
her
much-
name? Kyla?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
But also, I loved watching this movie since you just got a baby. And
Yeah,
with
the
your
baby.
with your father brain, every time there was a baby on the screen, either crying or smiling or laughing, you're like,
You can't.
"Aw."
I held back.
Yes.
And even
Trust
with
me.
the... You were like, oh, drool. You're like,
Yeah.
what the
Because
fuck?
I see everything.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Daddy brain just fucks you over
I told you.
constantly. Yeah. It was crazy how much this movie meant to me now
Yeah.
versus before baby.
Then you should see how it is to watch these movies with your kids.
And that's
It's
what
the best
I
fucking feeling.
that's what I want.
Especially
Because-
when they're young enough so they don't hate it because, you know, there's cooler shit
yeah,
out
they need
there.
to understand what they're watching.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like she's what she's now. She's
No, it comes later.
12
like-
weeks.
Yeah.
Like she's so young.
Nah, she will understand the plot. No worries.
No, don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
But that's the thing. Like what do I
The baby.
introduce first?
Yeah. Whatever works.
This is a totally
Dude,
different thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You introduce what works. Because I noticed that my kids couldn't watch a full movie. So we didn't watch full movies. We watched short stuff. And then eventually they'll have the patience to kind of watch something. Fuck, why did my voice go like down?
It sounds amazing.
But
Barry Brown
yeah,
over here.
just a couple of beers and then. But there's a phase in like every.
Tell it to him. No, I
Yeah.
can't.
I don't know what
I'm just
happened.
reading.
I just like. I need to move the mic closer. But
Both Maddie and Elias can do the brown voice. I was going to say
brown
that sounds like
brownies
snip
like
that.
that. The brownies, the French voice, basically.
Both Maddie and Elias can do the really low voices.
First of all, you said like you can just make the brown note, you know, making people shit themselves.
yeah,
The brown.
that's my talent.
That's your talent. Can't get enough of your love, baby. No. I don't even. But with
Yeah.
kids at a certain age, they'll be able to sit down and watch a full movie. And I remember taking my son to the cinema a year too soon or something like that, and he just like ran away and hid underneath like some dude's legs. I was like, I made a huge mistake. It was like the Angry Birds movie or something.
I was going to say John Wick 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried. Don't worry, it's only 3 hours and 40 minutes long.
I come up with another sidetrack. Sorry.
He says, I'm sorry. He's like,
I love
have a
that he
side-
says he's sorry before the
You
sidetrack.
fucking
Yeah.
Oh
Lord
my God.
Lenning.
No,
God
but
damn it, Matt.
No, sorry.
Mary.
That's
Mary.
Maddie.
Maddie!
but it's a
Just-
fast sidetrack. Sorry,
Yeah,
but
go.
it's
Go
a
for it.
interesting
We've
one.
never done this.
No,
Never.
but now when we're speaking about stuff that kids get afraid of when it comes to movies and stuff, can you remember what you were afraid of? Like a movie that you saw?
Don't get
That also that maybe it wasn't supposed to be scary, but when you saw it, it haunted you for years. For me, it was a Disney movie, a live-action Disney movie, and it was just the way there was this old guy looking at the screen. It was not supposed to be scary, but it
But it
stuck to me for years. I had nightmares for I don't know how long, and it wasn't supposed to be scary even. And
Which one?
it's about this Scottish guy
The client.
with a lot of elves.
Frozen.
No, it's a live action. It's a live action movie from the 50s or something. A Disney movie.
Ah, shit, I don't remember.
And I'm not gonna mention that freaking Banshee. There's a ghost in it, and holy hell, that was supposed to be scary, and it was scary.
Okay.
Oh shit! No, I had like thing that wasn't supposed to be scary. I had this like, you know, the like all the famous cartoons, anything from like Disney to like Ninja Turtles had like these stories on tape.
Oh yeah,
You would get a book as well.
Dude, stop reading my mind. But
Yeah.
it's not going to be the same one.
No, but I had Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles, and I loved Ninja Turtles. But then one night,
I hate it.
the voice of Shredder, he's like, I will crush you, turtles. You know, like it was this like dark, and I was like in there in the dark, you know, like
crush you.
yeah, and it was just like so scary. that I just like, like hid under the covers, and then I just dreamt nightmares, like, and I couldn't listen to that tape anymore.
Now, for me, a movie that scarred me was both Jaws and Aliens.
Oh, dude, Jaws for some reason just made
Jaws,
me fear everything.
nightmares, and I remember actually like not wanting to go to the toilet because there was water in the toilet, and Jaws was gonna get me. Aliens, because that's the first movie that actually gave me nightmares.
Yeah.
I was 4 years old. Surprise.
But also, those movies are not supposed to be kids.
No, I know.
No.
But the one thing that
The Fly for me.
actually really scared the living hell out of me, just vibing off of what Ilias just said,
Barney.
those tapes,
love you.
those fucking tapes
Yeah.
that came with the books.
Yeah. When you hear this sound, it's time to turn the page.
It's time to turn
Yeah,
the page.
when you hear this sound, yes,
Chirp.
Yeah, that one. When you hear this sound, feel free to turn the page.
No, just feel free. You don't.
Yeah, but then, this was Sleeping Beauty,
Yeah. I think I have that one.
and Maleficent is the witch.
Yes.
And when she comes into like this big hall to, I don't know, give
The gifts.
the gifts or whatever. Sorry, major burp that I had to swallow. When Maleficent comes into like this big hall to present her gift, when she pretty much makes everybody fall asleep, she comes in, and this sound, this eerie little thing, and really it does sound like, let's see if I can
A
actually
little like
find it.
this. Wop, 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 wop.
Kind of like that, but
Never
so much
stopping.
better.
Yeah. Of course.
And it's just like this eerie, musical note.
Yeah.
So what's the
And-
actual note, the music that you
Yeah,
got afraid of?
that thing, because it's so well timed in the tape. She comes in and like slams open the door, and it's like this, you hear the wind, and then it's so calm. Everybody's so scared. And then that sound comes in. It's just this fucking thing, and it haunts me to this day. It's perfect. It's perfect. And that's the only thing in the entire tape.
Oh man, I have so many moments of like things like
but
that.
just that.
Dude, even the vampires in Fright Night. I remember renting
The first-
Fright Night. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one. Like the friend or whoever gets turned, like who laughs a lot.
Yeah.
Like that laugh that like fucking haunted me. And like not while watching the movie, like you feel it, but then you have to walk home from a friend's place, and you're just like, you just hear that laugh in your head, and you just walk way
and it is your
fast.
friend.
Yeah.
That's also like
Yeah. No, but there was
That's
something
what I
about
loved about Flight Light.
Flight Light.
Fuck.
Flight Light.
Yeah.
Flight
Sorry.
Light,
I
my
like
favorite
everybody.
movie.
I'm not gonna say sorry anymore after this, but sorry,
sorry.
because I will probably mispronounce.
That's
a lot
also
of
a
things.
drinking game every
Yeah.
time he's I don't know what's happening. Fuck you. Fuck everything.
Exactly.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
but that was the thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's such a brilliant theme that it's something going on in your backyard. Even what's the Tom Hanks one?
Yeah, exactly. That one as well.
Neighbor,
the neighbor something. I don't
the
remember what
fuck's
it
it called? The Burbs.
The Burbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh,
I love that movie.
it's
I
such a-
watched it so many
Still,
times. Yeah.
yes, one of my favorite comedies to this day.
But Tom Hanks was fucking unbeatable. Like he's
He's
been
still-
for a long while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
After
yeah.
Pinocchio, who knows?
but I don't think that's gonna. He did that weird train movie as well, the animated one. Ugh.
There was a still work.
No, it didn't.
Polar Express.
Polar Express. There you go. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, sorry for the sidetrack. Willow.
No.
Willow. Oh
right?
yeah, Willow. Willow. I think I would say it's kind of what I'm trying to do with my writing. It's just taking the best of what I've seen,
Yeah.
make it into my own thing, and that's what George Lucas did with Willow. He had this mapped out before he did Star Wars, by the way,
Oh, okay.
and
Totally.
they said that in the Joe Blow
Totally
thing.
swooshed by.
So this was something that he really, really wanted to do, but he came out, I think, really early and said that the CG or the special effects weren't up to par. So it's like, they're not going to be able to do what I want to do, so I can't do it now. But then Star Wars and da-da-da-da-da, and then after Star Wars, he still had that, and he really wanted to do it. He had worked with Ron Howard, who is the director of the movie.
Yeah, but they worked on Sphere.
No, they worked on
Cocoon.
American
That was-
Graffiti.
Was it?
Oh yeah, that too.
That too.
They didn't work on Cocoon. Ron Howard worked on Cocoon.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was
that
the
was
James Horner. He
yes.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
And I
That was
think
the
actually Ridley Scott was involved in Cocoon. Or maybe James Cameron. Yeah, James Cameron, not Ridley Scott. James Cameron, I think, produced. Yeah, he did, definitely. Anyways, fucking nerds. What was I saying?
You were talking about that he wanted to do Willow before Star Wars.
Oh yeah. He met Ron Howard on American Graffiti. That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's also the wine. Yes, of course, the wine. It's just
Helps.
fucking my head. But Ron Howard is one of the main leading actors in American Graffiti, which is one of, well, I guess the second movie from George Lucas. George Lucas made that movie just to prove that he could do a comedy kind of, or that he could make a movie.
Yeah.
After he made that, they would actually give him money to make Star Wars.
Very cool.
So American Graffiti is, even if it's not like one of those big kind of epic movies that you would love to see, it still works. It's still a cozy movie. I think it's a movie that everybody should watch.
And also,
Because-
it's his love letter to the 50s,
That's-
roadster culture
Exactly
and
that.
raggare.
Yeah.
Raggers.
Yeah, exactly. Like the whole old American culture.
Basically,
like just
how we
capsuled into this one movie.
basically how everyone is nerding out on the 80s right now. He was nerding out on the 50s. So back in the 80s, everyone was like, "Oh, 50s, that's the jam." 50s
Yeah.
and
But
60s.
they were wrong because everyone knows 80s where it's at.
Yeah. And then you listen to Quentin Tarantino, he's like, 80s is when the movies died.
Yeah.
And then
But
the
you know-
90s, they brought back
But
to
you know,
life.
I really like all these like old directors that I appreciated growing up have become such old farts and so boring in their opinions.
But say one great new movie from a great new director.
No, but it's not like that. Like
There you go.
No, but I'm thinking like Baby Driver. I think is a great movie. Like I
Yeah,
really
but that's
enjoy-
from an old school director. You know
Which,
what I mean?
Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not that old. Like he's
No, I know.
before their time or after their time.
But
I
it's
guess.
not like a new
But-
school.
No, but I think something that he said, he might have said this just for the, I guess the what do you call it when you just say shit and then you get, the
Just-
attention for it. There's a word for that.
Shits
But
and giggles.
whatever. No, it's just for the attention. It's
Oh, yeah.
There's a word. I can't think of it because of reasons. But
There's more.
basically
We got more reasons, man.
no, but it's
Yeah.
like there are no real actors anymore.
No.
So the whole point of being an actor is playing someone else, like
Yeah.
becoming this other character. And I think he said that like Thor is the main character that people enjoy, not Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
But that's not true to me. Like if it wasn't Chris Hemsworth playing Thor, I don't want to see it.
No.
If it
You
is
need
not,
you need to sell in that transition. If
that's
you do
what I mean.
a
That's what I
transition-
mean. You
Yeah.
need so you need a really good actor to
But I mean-
sell the thing,
And that is the thing. Like
The thing.
the thing.
All right, okay,
Come on, bro.
moderation. We were talking about...
Shut up, Maddie. What the fuck?
Sorry.
Don't try to get us back on track. you
No, but when you look back at the early Marvel heroes, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, all of those. Well, maybe not Hulk. Sorry. But
Hulk has been.
you have this build-up of a character. You get an arc,
Yeah,
is
of
pretty
course,
much
yeah.
what I'm saying. What a fucking douche. I hate this dude. but then you still stick around
Yeah,
to
of
see
course.
the change, and then the change comes, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, Iron Man! Fuck yeah,
This
Thor!"
guy.
Well, maybe
I
not
like
Thor.
him.
Well, Ragnarok. Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
Thor.
fuck yeah, Thor.
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they have a long way to go, and they still like they deliver.
Yeah.
Is what I say.
Yeah.
With Willow, you get that immediately.
Yeah.
Like it's so quick,
Yeah.
but you still get it.
Yeah.
You still get it. With specifically Val Kilmer's character.
Oh yeah.
He's stuck in a cage.
Yeah.
Like he is literally in a cage, and you know that he's done some stupid shit because he's in a cage.
Yeah.
You get presented with these cages with just skeletons in them.
Yeah.
That pretty much, well, you as the viewer know that he's stuck in there for the rest of until he's dead.
Yeah.
And even if you know that he's about to die, he is still acting like a jerk.
Yes.
Yeah.
But still also giving us a little bit of like likableness or whatever. There's something there. But that's Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
And that is something that you cannot reproduce. It's Val Kilmer. It's just that little thing in his eye or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
a little
he has.
smirk or like a little
Same
something.
Top
yeah.
Gun. He's a fucking asshole.
He's
but
Batman.
there's still...
Yeah.
No.
Yes. No.
He's the worst fucking Batman ever. I hate him as Batman.
But do you love him as Bruce Wayne?
Yes.
I don't remember, but yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But yeah. No, but he just fucking sells it, and it's...
Yeah. He didn't have
Like
enough nipples.
how long did we have from getting introduced to Mad Mardigan, the character, to loving him?
No, but the thing is, that whole scene is a couple of minutes, like from when they meet him and he's a total ass, trying to kind of like
When they spring him.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a few minutes,
It's like...
and you get this little journey just in those minutes, because he's trying to kind of like, because they're like about 5-6 people when they find him,
Yeah.
and and it's like that townsman, that asshole that kind of joins the journey, and like he's against Willow, but and Matt Mardigan is like trying to kind of like just talk them to like trying to get them on his side, and just free me and I'll sort of help you out and I'll take the
he's
baby.
manipulating
He's
them.
trying to manipulate the good bad guys, I guess you can say, like the people that are unwillingly helping Willow. And then, when they leave and it's just Willow, his friend, and Matt Mardigan, like the next morning he kind of comes to his senses a bit. He's realized that he can't play them. And you start seeing like the humanity in him, the desperation, and then those nights, like all that army comes along, and you get a bit of backstory again to why he's stuck there. Like you get a bit of like banter between the soldiers and him.
It's so quick,
So quick,
it's so well played.
So
like
well,
it really is. I think maybe they could have toned it up a little bit, or maybe given us a little bit more exposition to Mad Mardigan, because we don't know where he's from,
anything about him,
what he's done. Eric, or whatever the fuck the dude's name was. I'm gonna call him Eric now.
Yeah, it was Eric, but spelled
It is.
AIRK.
It's still
Eric.
I mean, even if it would be short, it would be nice if he was speaking with Willow or if he was speaking with someone else. Just a slither small backstory, like.
But I mean, because
this is
you
where
have
I'm
this
from.
Eric dude come in, and
They know each
they
other.
have a history.
Yeah.
If Eric just said like that time you did blah 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 blah, blah,
Yeah, just that.
like that's all you
yeah,
need.
That's all you need. Yeah, the butcher of
Like,
Blaviken.
the time you saved us all from Waha,
Yeah.
or whatever. That would have made Mad Mardigan even bigger.
But they do give you because he's like, oh, blah blah blah, the castle has fallen, and he's like, and he asks a question like, Mad Mardigan asks like a follow up. And he's like, no, it's all gone, basically. And that's where you kind of understand that was something he cared for. Of course.
I don't think it was written in as this comedic.
Now, who was
relief.
like? There was someone else
you
auditioned
missed
for
it.
it. Yeah.
But it was supposed to be John Cusack.
Oh yeah.
It was
No, I
Cusack,
remember
so,
because I started
You
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That would be the worst.
Yeah, it would have.
The thing is, John Cusack isn't bad. He's just not this guy.
No.
By then, like, what the fuck had John Cusack done?
I don't know. Nothing?
Exactly.
Nothing? I didn't
No.
even know who John Cusack was until
They should have had
What's
Tom,
that movie?
what's his name? Tom
Holland.
Godzilla.
That's right.
He
Tom
was-
Godzilla.
Tom Godzilla. Thank
Yeah.
you, Matthias.
Yeah.
But
Let's I'm
Zeppelin.
just gonna like put the hammer down.
Okay.
Skip-a-dip-a-dip-a-dip-pow. Storytelling is what we're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and one thing that I've been thinking about a lot now during our
I mean, you are the storyteller.
I have
Motherfucker.
No, you too. But no,
Not
we
YouTube.
all are.
Not on paper yet.
YouTube.
But
Yeah, I watch YouTube all the time.
no, but also one thing when it comes to Willow, because I'm gonna tie it back to Willow also.
Okay, cool.
Oh my
You
God.
Because
he already
one
did a
thing
fucking
why
thing.
I thought, because we all reacted to that, you know, that ending scene with the main villain
Yeah.
when she died,
That was
we all felt like this is underwhelming.
Yeah.
We don't care, and that's just why I felt at least that you didn't really understand
Before that happens, before you tell that story, the bad villain, just so everyone's on par, if you haven't seen the movie, she basically just like coincidentally gets hit by a fucking lightning from the sky and
Oh, yeah.
dies, and it's so underwhelming.
That's the scene.
That's what Matthias is talking
Yeah.
about. And you take-
After a big epic kind of fight scene.
yeah.
Yeah. But also, one of the reasons why none of us really didn't care about her or that we felt that she was scary or anything is that we really didn't understand her motivation. And we haven't,
Not at all.
we barely had seen her in the movie either. So
Yeah.
we didn't really, this is a main threat. And also that her, you know, the guy with the skull face.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
We never
You
got
never
to know his name.
Yeah, you never really saw him either. And he was supposed to be like the main,
Bad guy.
the
right-hand
main
man,
side bad guy. And
The side guy.
And
Oh, thanks, man.
And dang, I mean, because that is the thing. If you have the story with a good freaking villain,
Yeah.
sometimes you love the villain more than the main cast.
Dude,
You know, they
so
are like,
much.
And I think that's how you sell in a movie these days.
Yeah.
like
At least for me, personally.
same.
I really love when you sort of empathize with the villain.
But for me,
Thanos.
yeah, but also for me, when you think about all these old Disney movies, you just think about, it's the villains that you
They stand
love.
out.
You know, they stand out.
Yeah. Cruella de Vil, for sure.
Hades and
Yeah.
Hercules.
What's from The Little Mermaid?
Oh, yeah.
Fucker.
Not Medusa. What's her name? Oh, yeah.
But she's so fucking creepy.
Yeah, Ursula.
Ursula. Mm.
Yes,
Such a great fucking character.
she is.
No,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
and also if they just fleshed out her, you know, the main villain in this movie.
Dude, she was perfect. Like, except for her theatrical sort of overplaying all the time.
She wasn't really.
No,
the
but-
other people were.
Yeah, but I just, like, she didn't, like, when she did magic, like, when Willow did magic, he just held it, and you could, like, you see that he struggled to kind of, like, summon the
Yeah,
magic.
but that was the only thing he was doing.
Yeah, I know,
He was
but
just
she was
struggling.
just, like, flailing in the air and doing shit.
She told them to become pigs, you know.
Yeah, but that's like, I never, like, that is the part where it,
No.
But imagine if she just really just, like, had the intent in her body language, because I think intent in body language is what sells magic. That's why Matthew McConaughey looks like an idiot in The Dark Tower. If you've seen that.
McConaughey. Yeah.
Oh, he's from Huawei or whatever the phone brand is.
Yeah. What did you think? You thought that was from China?
China?
You
That
fucking
is
racist.
Meccano. Okay, let's just drop that shit. Not going there. Okay, so back to Willow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a super underwhelming.
I was
ending.
trying to get into more storytelling.
Yes.
And just to break the mold.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you listen to the previous episode, we did set you up for this episode. I think Willow is a really good example of how to kind of write a very unconventional story.
But it is based off of a really conventional story,
is.
though. Like, it is the hero's sort of journey. Yeah.
It's the exact same thing as Star Wars.
yeah.
This unlikely hero
Yeah.
has to set out on this journey and redeem himself and then come back, but a little bit powered or overpowered, I guess, or whatever.
But he wasn't in this movie. Like, they keep his magic very low key.
No,
Like,
he learned
No.
he did the rock thing.
Exactly. He
That's
did
a
the
thing.
rock thing. That's a good thing. But it
But
wasn't like he
actual
wasn't.
magic.
But what I mean is, like, he wasn't able to defeat the evil witch with his magic. Like, he didn't become stronger than our biggest.
He did, but he didn't. That's
No, but
the
that's
thing.
what I mean. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, magically, he didn't. He just tricked her.
Yeah.
Which is basically all you need from this movie, is that if you learn tricks, you can fool anyone.
He learned that the real magic that he can turn her into stone didn't work, so he needed to like go back to his old ways.
Yeah.
You know, he did a pick
Use
trick.
what he was good at. Yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck, that scene was good though. When he throws the magic bean that can turn
Acorn.
things in acorn into like rock,
And she catches it.
and then you're like,
Starts-
yeah, because he misses the throw and she just catches it in the air.
Yeah.
And then she starts turning into stone, and you're like, ha! And
Suck it, Bill!
she fucking just dispels it.
But also, I love that it didn't become this power move, and he just did a perfect throw, and she became stone. He
Yeah.
basically missed
Missed
her,
her,
but
yeah.
she, and
but
she
she-
caught the
Yeah, she
acorn.
had the reflexes to catch it.
yeah.
Yeah. And something that you caught on to was all the bandages this bad Madurva had.
Dude,
yeah,
that was insane that they actually said the
And
same
then they
thing.
say it in the thing.
In
yeah.
Joe Blow.
In
Yes.
Joe Blow. But basically she's
But
like
she
wrapped in
looked
band.
exactly like that.
Yeah, she did look like Mumra.
So the main baddie
yeah.
in the movie looks like Mumra
From Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Ho. Oh, okay, not that. Okay, now I just thought of Thundercats, but yeah, it doesn't sound great. Never mind.
But I think
take
it's
it back.
it's overly apparent that
Yeah.
George Lucas followed the exact same mold of the hero's journey that he did with Star Wars.
Yeah.
For sure, with this story. I don't know where the story came from. I can't. Like, did you guys hear if it actually came from
No, I think
an
it's-
author or if
No,
it was
no.
their
No,
it was
was
just a
idea?
George Lucas
I think
thing.
it was written by George Lucas.
And then they
And
made
this
books out of it
other guy.
later, apparently, that
Yes.
I had no idea about.
where Willow dies in the first book.
Really?
And that's why people are so happy that it's back in the TV series. That's
Oh,
coming.
okay. back.
okay.
Back
Because
again.
that's where we wanted to dive into a little bit with where we left out the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
That there is a show coming.
In
When
2
you're
days,
listening to
yeah,
this,
it's
the
been
show is actually out
for 5 days
for 5 days.
Oh, you
And
know math.
we
when I'm drunk.
we wanted to do a little bit of like, what are we predicting? What are we trying like
Pre-dick.
predict the show?
Fucking idiots. I'm better when I'm drunk, apparently.
Yeah, you are.
All
Let's
right.
pre-dick.
One thing that I was super impressed of, and I think that all of us were, that the movie Willow looks freaking great.
It fucking
It's
looked
amazing.
great, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really anything that we felt like, oh, that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Except the CGI, I guess, in some parts.
There was
But
no CGI. So
No, but I mean like the
Practical effects.
monsters.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm
But
talking about
I
the
mean,
big
the stop
dragon
motion.
or the
But I mean, still, they sold it. I mean,
No,
we
no,
were still
I-
invested.
dude,
they
with-
managed to
That
combine
is it.
live action, stop motion, and blue screen back in the day.
dude, I love how they blew our minds with when he turns the troll into whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
It turns
Oh,
into a
yes,
brain,
into
and
that
that
bone.
brain just blobs out these fucking like brain dead
alien
heads.
heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he
turns
kicks
into
yeah.
like a hydra,
yeah, it
whatever.
It was great.
Yeah,
So
and my
fun.
I don't
nasty.
remember it being that dark.
It's
Like,
so gory.
Yeah,
and this
it's
the whole
movie,
movie.
and this movie
Yeah.
is for
It's so
kids.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Is it though?
Originally, yeah.
they
That's
tried.
insane. And that's I think let's put a pin in the Willow story for now and go into storytelling. Because we have the master.
Matthias,
Maddie.
No, I am actually writing on my second novel. Not real novel, but
and you
children's
haven't
book.
even released the first one. That's
No,
the crazy
exactly.
part.
But yeah, and also that was I mentioned before that last week I sent in my first draft, and I received feedback from my editor, And also that's why I started to think about, because her main problem with my book, my draft, was that my villain in the book, she didn't have the motivation. We need more about her. Why is she doing this thing? And that's why I was sitting here and observing when we were watching Willow, like, yeah, they do the same mistake as I did. I don't know her motivation.
But
why is she doing this?
We did know she didn't want to die.
Yeah,
The bad guy.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a text scroll in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I
in the beginning.
hated it.
I mean,
I always hate those. Like
that's
reading
the
in a
thing.
movie shouldn't be a thing.
that's something you forget immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
You read it and then it's gone.
Did you really read? I skimmed it.
Yeah,
I
same.
skimmed it.
I
and-
did
yeah.
not read it.
no, but also when
I read like the first two, and I was like, I'm out.
but
That's I think is the key. Like that's what I.
Oh, I need to
yeah.
drop something in here. When I watched this for the first time as a kid, my English was non-existent. I still enjoyed this movie because they feel kind, they feel caring. You understand love for a child. You
They do
understand
the visual, like just
Dude,
the,
yes,
the
exactly that.
action spectacles. Like,
what Matthias said before. Like they show you.
Yeah,
Who's
they're going
nice
down
and
the
who's
hill
bad,
with
yeah.
the snow. What do you call it? The snow
the
sled
sled,
thing.
yeah.
Like with the.
But they
the
do
shield,
show a
all of
lot
that
of the
stuff.
fucking things, and even as a kid, you can sort of like emote and understand like the everything that's being shown.
you know that the guy with a skull mask, he's evil.
Oh yeah, he's so
And exactly
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It is such a like he's Skeletor basically,
Yeah.
but uglier.
But also now when you start to think about it, when we just saw the movie,
Yeah.
when they actually managed to dig some plot holes in the story, and you had no idea, how did they manage to turn all those pigs into humans again? Get their horses, dig some holes just outside the
Outside
castle
of
wall.
the castle wall.
Just
yeah.
dug down the horses, waited there for a whole night, and then surprise!
Dude, it is magic.
That is basically
took them weeks.
They were
but
digging the plot holes right there.
No, but I can totally see how that happened though. Because they had the Sorceress Supreme with them. She could have just magicked them there.
Sure.
So that is like, at least I
No.
can... No, I'm not saying that I thought that way, because this is something that I thought now. While watching the movie, I was like, why the fuck? How? Yeah.
How?
But if she could turn them from pigs to humans, she could fucking dig some holes with that
For
wand.
sure.
Yeah.
No.
But it just like they never they could have just shown her making something, and then when they pop out, you're like, motherfucker, that's what. But again, I don't know why movies like lack these things. Like I'm thinking maybe productions are so big that you lose detail.
But
The oversight.
I mean, I don't think you watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
This is my own version of this.
I haven't
But
done a movie, so it's really hard to say why
exactly.
movies.
I don't think you
lack-
get a chance to actually watch the whole thing as a one-off that many times. It's more like, oh, we made this thing.
Yeah.
You watch that part of the movie, that looks awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Leave it.
Yeah.
Next thing.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop.
You make the
leave
pieces,
It, pop,
yeah,
pop,
you
pop,
make-
leave it. Pop, pop, pop. Instead of having like from start to finish, and then you go like, well, that doesn't actually fit in the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be cool if they actually just did that to tie
Yeah.
in with? Sometimes you don't even get like an actual conclusion to the thing. It's just like finish the movie. We don't care.
But I totally understand why these plot holes and those typical things could happen.
Yeah.
Because now when I wrote my first book that's coming out next week, no, yes.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah.
but
That is awesome, dude.
when
Yeah, dude.
but when I wrote that, I wrote chapter by chapter. I really didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know.
I kind of knew how it would end, but not really. So I just started. I wrote chapter by chapter. And then all of a sudden, when I came to like the third chapter, I changed the thing, and then I realized, wait a minute, this character never said that in the first chapter, so then I need to go back, change stuff, and then I realized, oh fuck, now I need to change that in that chapter. God dang it! How much do I need to go back and forth?
Yeah, and then you need to read the whole thing just to make sure you haven't missed anything along the way.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
And then when you think you try, like, okay, now it's good enough. You send it away, you get feedback back, you get from the editor, this doesn't make sense.
This character died.
Can you change this instead? And then you, oh yeah, that's right.
yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. God dang it.
Oh,
Rewrite.
man, yeah. Like you killed your character off in the first sentence.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Really. Like, how did your book come about?
Why did your book come about?
No, but that first draft that I wrote or thought about, it was like 5 or 4 years ago.
But
And-
did you have that idea? Was it something that you were like, fuck, this is really, really cool?
First, it started with when you starting to illustrate and work for other people and you know other authors, and a lot when you see how different kind of authors writing, and also
Do you get to read the scripts?
no, I get the script sometimes even the first drafts quite early. So we all like a teamwork. Authors, editors, illustrators, we work together to make the best product of it. But then I realized when I read all these scripts, so like, because I never really thought, I always wanted to write a story, but I never had the self-esteem for doing it, because I always thought like, nah, my ideas is
I need to
dumb.
be better.
I can't write.
I need to. Be
I can
better.
draw stuff,
but then when you look
that's
at the first drafts and also how much kind of freedom and also how much you can go almost like sketching an idea and how that will evolve together with all these professional editors and stuff, then you realize, hey, why couldn't I try a thing? And I think also that doesn't matter what you write, because these books that I'm writing, the book series is about some kids in a super school. They have superpowers and whatnot. Almost like X-Men, but for
That's exactly what I was going to
kids
cough
or whatnot.
out. But thank you for saying it
Yeah.
out loud.
but in a fashion that I don't think that I at least have seen before in the Swedish children's book
I
market.
loved your first script.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing.
But
Really, really is. I don't know if you
I haven't read it.
No.
But also the thing is that it doesn't matter what kind of universe that story is happening. It could all. I mean, you need to think about the base story, and this base story is basically about this girl who just she just moved down to a new town, new kids in school, new friends. She doesn't know where she belongs and all that. You can put that main story into whatever. It could be a fantasy, it could be a sci-fi, it could be a superhero.
It could be a Harry Potter.
That's
and
exactly my story.
so you just put that thing and you can dress it up whatever you want. For me, I was inspired by, superheroes. That's cool. I want to tell this story. And that's how it kind of rolled on. And I realized now when I wrote the second book, because I'm writing a book that, okay, you kind of wanted to read the first one to understand the characters for the second one or whatnot. You don't need to, but it sure would
But
be
it's
nice.
nice, yeah.
Yeah. It
So
helps.
it gave me a lot of freedom to, okay, now I know the characters more. So that made it
That's
easier
pretty
for me
cool.
as an author to actually, I know these persons. I know how they act. So I can just continue
Yeah.
working in their mindset and whatnot. So that was kind of cool.
That's pretty fucking cool.
It's actually awesome.
And I
Sorry, I'm doing.
bag stuff.
The pressel
Uh,
thingy.
But the cool thing about writing or like working with with the same character over and over is that you get to know their motivations. Like they wouldn't react like this; they would act like this. For example, Opa would be for me, like she is hated by the world or feared or whatever, and then she has to save that same world that she's been shunned from or like not been treated well when she first arrives,
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's so fun to, standing on the side when everyone is asking about the story, about your drawings with Olpa and Brim. And you're sitting there. I remember from last year during Comic-Con, you're like, you were having the story.
Yeah.
But it feels like the more you tell about it, the more you tell people about it, the more real it becomes to you. So
To
you're like,
you
okay,
yourself,
these they are alive.
Exactly.
And then people are asking, oh, where can I read about it? There's no
in
such
my
thing.
head, there's no
It-
yeah, you can't. It's in my head. Yeah.
But it sure would be nice if it actually were a thing.
Yeah.
But I actually think it's a great sort of marketing scheme that you have going. Because you have like, well, it's 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
You've done the whole just
Pitch,
Olpa thing. You're building this legacy of this character.
That does not exist.
No.
Except in drawings, yeah.
And everybody just sort of thinks that
It is a
it's
thing.
going to be a book. It is a book. It already is a book. It's something that you've done fan art for or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it just becomes this big thing. And this is your creation.
Yeah.
Like
that
you
is
are
pretty
God.
Cool. Yeah. That is the coolest
Olpa
part. Yeah.
is whatever you want
But
to
the
be.
the cool thing about this story is how it evolved. I remember I wanted to tell like a parallel story where we tell it like from beginning and then in the future because she's lived multiple lives. So
But that, sorry to cut you off,
No
but
worries.
like, did you think anything of story structure or character build or anything
no,
when
not in the beginning.
when you did the first
No.
illustration?
I just did a fun thing. And then like I drew the character like when last we talked about this, I think like the character was created for 2019's or 18's Inktober. And I just did it as a one-off. Like I did this like 4 days, 17 or 16. I did like an Olpa-ish character. And then when we did the shit, what was that called? The drawing challenge. No, we did a drawing challenge called something fun, like a pun.
With
with
the magical
the
recycling.
junkyard
yeah,
girl,
exactly,
right?
where she worked. And that became an Olpa version as well,
yeah.
where she worked there. And then, she would have like some sort of like everyone who works at that
Vague.
place. Vague.
Oh, yeah,
exactly. That was the contest. Yes. It was very vague.
It was.
But it's such a great
I love
fucking
the name,
challenge. And maybe that is something that we can reintroduce. Thank you for doing a V with your hands and then licking with your tongue in between. Thank you. Very
Just
good.
to make
Vague.
Maddie
yeah.
so comfortable.
So comfortable, yes.
Yeah.
And me. Thank you. But the cool thing about that was that I drew that character again with a different take on that character. And then when we were going to New York, I did the same thing again. Like I started drawing that owl girl again without a name. And then, I just like I like drawing this character, so I'll just keep. No, I don't want. I have mine, my Miller, but it's just like it keeps evolving, and now I think I have a story that I really want to pursue after all these years, and it is the Phoenix angle to it, where she
And I
lives
love-
multiple lives,
love it.
and every time she dies, someone she's gotten to like bond with will die.
Yeah.
And it's such a dark story to tell in that aspect, but also such a dark story because she's treated like shit when she arrives because the world is in the way that it is,
It's
the
shit.
shape it is, yeah. And she has to save these fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like she'll make bonds and then they'll
does
die.
she? Like,
No, but that's the thing.
the thing.
They won't die unless she has a bond with them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So she does make bonds.
okay.
So she doesn't realize it fast enough that whoever she makes, like she's like, why do people die around me? And that's because she makes them die.
Dude.
Because she dies.
Well, I know you have watched what's it called? Warcraft.
the what?
movie.
Oh shit, that movie.
Right?
Yeah. I talked about it here, but it was nice.
You should rewatch it with that story in the back of your head.
But I
Like-
have the story when I watched it.
Yeah.
It was recently I watched it. That's why.
Because it is like the bad
Yeah, the bad guy.
wizard.
Yeah.
Like he just drains the world.
The world, yeah,
with
yeah.
that
Yeah.
energy.
Mhm.
And I think it's perfect with what you're telling.
Yeah.
Like just
I think the closest thing I've heard to this is the Night Angel trilogy, which is basically this, like a story
Yeah.
like this, where
great.
when he dies and comes back, it is this way as well. Like
Yeah.
there's somehow like people around him that are dropping off, and I think I can turn this into something different, but with that element to it.
So if you can dream on, what kind of medium would this work?
That's the thing.
Was it be a comic book?
It's been everything.
A TV series, a game,
It's a Netflix.
movie.
It's a Netflix show.
It's a Netflix.
Would it be a live action
I just
animated?
became Taika Waititi for a second. It's a
No, it's just
Netflix
like-
show.
It's for this group of people knitting.
It's a knitting circle.
For like just knitting different movie things.
Yeah.
But also, this is almost when you're starting to think about a new tattoo.
Yeah.
You have you know the topic, but you have no idea which style you want it in.
Yeah.
So you're saying you want
I have
you want it to have as a Netflix series, but you want it as a animated show.
Yeah, an animated show.
live action
Animated all the way. And the thing, the way that I wanted to create it, because comic is overwhelming, and graphic novel is basically a comic, a glorified comic in name. So I was thinking maybe I should write half of it, and then have key moments in graphic novel format. So that was sort of like my idea for this, because I want to have visual pictures, but I also want to write the story, because I think it's better in writing. I will be able to put because I feel like comics, they can tell a story up to a point, but then you run out of, because I want the story to be deeper than a comic. Like any comic that I've read, I always feel like they just scratched the surface.
That's
like
the
even
thing.
if it's a really good comic, I just feel like it should be a book.
Have you ever
Done
considered
cocaine.
No, but have you ever considered web comics? Because web comics is so different if you think about traditional comics, because they can continue for forever.
And that's what I hate
But
about
also-
most things.
But also, if you have a lot of things to say, because I'm
Yeah.
following quite a lot of web comics,
Okay, yeah.
and basically, it's like reading a novel,
Mm.
but more visual.
No, I see what you're saying.
And sometimes having that thing that you need to wait for at least a week for the next, pictures is freaking great. It's like having, following a TV series or TV show
Yeah.
that you really enjoy, but it's a comic that like, oh, yeah, it's good.
My only problem with that setup is that I hate every way that you read webcomics. Every time someone sends me, I need to sign up to something, or it's like this website that I don't enjoy. It doesn't work on my phone well enough without it. Like it just takes away from the experience. Or I need an app. And every
it's never
version
just
of it.
getting in there and reading.
Yeah,
a
it's
fucking
never
comic
it's
book.
never smooth enough for me to enjoy the format. So I've never enjoyed webcomics. I've enjoyed
I've never experienced a web comic.
Okay, yeah. I used to read this, like, I don't remember what it was called.
It just sounds like you're not having the app.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's an app. I don't want to sign up to apps anymore. Like, I'm so tired of apps, and there are so many, like, good read comics, apps. I don't want to. Like, I bought the book, this Swedish comic graphic novel, Vey. I have it. Have I read it? No, because I have to
Why
log
would
in.
you?
No, but the thing is, I have to log into this app where I bought it.
Oh, right.
To
Okay, you
read
bought it.
for example.
You bought it on your tablet. You didn't buy it
I buy
physically.
it. No, I didn't buy a physical copy.
Right.
And the thing is, I don't want to read it there. You know what I mean?
Is it Henrik Jansson?
Yes, it is. I
Yes.
think so. It's his, and I think Sara Bergqvist
Oh, yeah.
or whatever her face is.
Yes.
We follow each other on
Yeah, Sara at least.
Sara Bergqvist. Yeah, there you go. What did I say?
No, I said Sara at least. It's
Sara.
Sara
Okay, Sara.
and then Henrik.
Bergqvist, you
Yeah,
said?
but I think she's written books that I've enjoyed, so I was like, okay, I'll check out her comic too. And even if I don't read it, I've paid for it, so I've supported them both. That's always my sort of deal. But I just don't enjoy these webcomic solutions or apps. Like, it's just like, I don't want another app. I don't want another subscription. I don't want, like, it's all these things that I don't want to do. Like, why don't you just let me read the comic without having to sign up or make a project out of reading them? And that's why I don't want that format.
Because one of the coolest things when it comes to webcomics is that you can integrate animations to it too.
Oh, I know.
Because one story, I think that it might be a lot of these listeners to this podcast already read it. but there is this scary comic about this girl that fell from a balcony or whatever. It's just a scary story, and it continues for quite a while. It's just a regular, web comic.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, when it comes to the scary part, all of a sudden it's animated. It becomes a jump scare, and you're not waiting for that thing.
Yeah, that's
you have no idea. And when I read it the first time, basically you almost threw the phone away because like, fucking hell,
you owe me 20,000. What the fuck?
Yeah, but it was so unexpected. You had no idea about.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so
That's really cool.
But what I did enjoy back in the day, you could buy apps that were a full comic. So I bought this comic called Jam that does not exist anymore.
I remember you pretty much pushing me to get it.
Dude, it is like I so regret not having that iPad still because you can't download it anywhere. But it was by this company called Narrate. And I think I talked about it on the early days of this podcast. Like I used to I used to read it as a bedtime story for my daughter because it was amazing. And it is Vitaly Shusko that's drawn it. He's done one of the animated movies for what is it called? Love, Death, Robots. The one with the heist that is like Fast and the Furious, where they're like these robots driving cars.
Oh yeah,
and they're trying to break into this truck with like whatever is in it, cargo. He's the main concept artist for that, and like it is his characters. Like as soon as I saw it, I just like that's him, and then I looked it up. Correct.
What's it called? Jam?
No, yeah, the comic is called Jam, and you can only find like a couple of like screenshots of it online now. He's also done this animated movie online that is about this guy that's gonna break into this like old city underground somewhere, and he like it's such a like I can link it to this episode, but it is just like Vitaly Chusko is just awesome. He's like I think he's an animator and a concept artist. Like he can do all of it. Like it's so fucking good.
Italian?
No, I think he's like Russian, maybe.
Vitaly.
Right.
Chusk. I don't know how you say it. I don't have a Russian
I love
accent.
that you
I'm too
did an
drunk.
Italian hand
I didn't.
when you said that.
Yeah, fuck. That's because you said Italian, you son of a bitch. No, but he's amazing. And this comic was like an interactive comic. Every panel would play out, and it would have sound effects, music. It is so
It's so
good, dude.
great.
I wish it
so
was still there.
beautiful, so well drawn. But this was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2017 or 16 or something, and I downloaded it when it was.
So
like,
I don't remember
But
much of the show.
it's basically about this
comic.
guy. I don't remember his name, but his girlfriend gets trapped in this like old contraption that is a Game Boy. and it's basically they're like these relics that they have like the Power Glove, a Game Boy, and it's stuff like that. And there is the world they live in, but then there's also the sort of like this other world that is like pixel based and stuff like that. And it's like when you go out there, if you die there in the game, you'll die in real life as well, But it's like a video game world and the normal world that they live in. And his girlfriend gets trapped in this like sort of a Game Boy.
World.
Yeah, and he has to like find a way to free her. And then they're, like bad guys and everything. And it's just so good. It's so fucking good.
What is good storytelling? Like that is the episode, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to focus in on storytelling. But what is good storytelling?
But I would say it's different between mediums also. Because when you read a book, for example, for me at least, I really want to feel engaged with the character.
Yeah.
I want to care about the character. But if you watch a movie, sometimes it doesn't really matter. The character sometimes doesn't really matter if you care about that person. For example, when I was watching Blade Runner for the first time, I feel like I just love all of this, and I don't care about the character itself. I just love the visuals. I love the vibe. I love the music. A lot of people say both Dune, the movie, the newest one, not the David Lynch one, but for me it was just a visual feast. I felt like I don't care if people feel this is slow, boring, a slow burner. the visuals, the music, and also when it comes to both Blade Runners movies, I feel like doesn't care about the plot, the story. I just suck me into this world.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, is amazing. I love it.
You just want to see more.
Yeah. But when it comes to storytelling, first of all, I mean, you need to care about the characters and see how they manage to find the gold. You know, that's the main thing that I feel. But also now the feedback I got, to know her motivation to beat that villain, you also need to know the villain's motivation. Why does she does the things that she do? She can't just be evil.
That is the worst. Like that is something I hate the most about bad guys. Just wanting world domination for no reason. Like,
and also you don't need to feel that you need to, feel sad or anything for the villain either. You just need to know the motivation. Yeah. Why? I mean, why do you want to get this object? Instead of just get the object, you need to know why.
Yeah.
You need to put the stakes in there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to storytelling too, because I know that you, Elias, you have your Olpa, which is a girl.
Yes.
Maybe.
And what?
Yeah, she's a being.
It's a it.
Yeah, it's a it actually.
I mean, okay, I guess that.
No,
I mean,
but
she's
you
need to be careful.
She or her is reincarnated, so I guess she could be a lot of things. Maybe
I wrote her as a girl though.
She was nothing.
All right, and you, Robert, your book that you're writing. Usually, do you tend to go? You're writing about the main character's a boy, a guy, a girl.
Yeah. Robert only writes.
I write as me being the main protagonist.
All right.
Yeah.
A white cis male.
Yeah.
No.
So in my current story, it is 2 boys and 2 girls, actually.
2 boys and a girl in a cup.
But I know for a fact that you usually write in English, and I know that you also kind of feel like English. And also I usually
Spanish.
And I know that I usually go when it comes to writing stuff. I feel like usually the main character is a girl
in Swedish.
And I don't know, is that a way that just to come away from it doesn't feel too close to you in a way? I don't know. Since you're both you guys are writing English, that is not your main language.
But I want to throw in my 2 cents on what I perceive as storytelling as well. Is basically what Matthias said. There are 2 aspects of this. There's the visual storytelling, which is why you love Blade Runner, which is they build up this world and there's a story to this world. But I just like Matthias talked about visual storytelling where he doesn't care about Harrison Ford because Matthias is a Nazi. No, but there's a visual storytelling there that's being told all the time, and you don't need Harrison Ford to tell you that story.
No, because
it happens in everything that, like, the cars are flying. Okay?
No, but I mean, the thing is, a lot of scenes in Blade Runner is basically you see this awesome visuals and someone fell asleep on a synth. There's
dude, but that's it. And there's a storytelling to that aspect. Like, there's
to that ass.
Yeah, to that aspect. Sentences. I don't know how they work right now, but. The thing is that they're telling you about this world without telling you about this world. It's, that meme going around. So there is like a story about this world being told in the background, which I think is why Blade Runner works. I enjoyed both the original one that I watched just before I went to the cinema, or rewatched, and then went to the cinema and watched the one with Ryan Gosling. That was also, in my opinion, really good. I like the pacing of that movie. It gives you time, just like Dune did, to take in the visual storytelling.
There's an atmosphere.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I actually just rewatched that Blade Runner just a week ago. Yeah. Man,
it is so
beautiful.
Good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it is. I wish they made a cyberpunk movie. Like, not about the game, but just like taking it that far, because I think the game gave us this story that I wish I could see as well, like not having to play it, but just watch a cool movie in that setting that isn't cringe.
But
that's
seriously,
where I am mentally.
It's a stupid movie. It's a stupid movie. What makes Willow great? because I love it. I don't want to hear your guys. I'm just gonna go pee.
All right, Elias.
Yeah. What makes Willow awesome?
Just go pee.
Now, but one thing that I sometimes when you watch a newer movie or whatnot, or a movie, it could be an old one too.
Yeah.
But when they put music in there, just to have it in there to make it more exciting or fun or whatnot, and you just feel like, oh, this is not helping out at all. For Willow, I felt like, oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to like scenes, for example, when they were on that horse wagon, you know, chasing, got chased and they were on a horse wagon. There was some action going on, and there was this. When you started listening to music, it's kind of silly, but it was so fitting to the scene. So
I think they did.
Oh,
a
hell
great
yeah!
job,
You felt like pumped up just because the music was good. The music was great.
Yeah.
And that is also helping out with the storytelling, you know, the music and that theme that you've been singing on for the whole evening. And that's 80s movies for you.
But
they
I-
have
I-
great themes that comes back and just going through the movie.
And they have versions of it, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's the love version of it. There's the shit is happening.
The
there's
action
there's
part.
the
sad version.
Yeah, the sad version where they've been defeated or lost. You know, the baby. But just to kind of get back to what Robert was talking about, do you have any idea why whatever he said?
No, but one thing that I've been starting to think about while we've been sitting here
Is that he's really drunk.
yeah, but I was just starting to think, where were you supposed to bring the baby, first of all?
To the kingdom, blah, 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 where a king and queen would take care of them. And I don't know if they
Sure.
ever did, but they gave the baby to Val Kilmer and
No,
that
but it
evil
felt
lady.
such a trial and error. Like, okay, let's gather a group of little people. Let's go out in the wilderness, try to find someone
Yeah,
to take care of this
Yeah.
child.
But at that point, they didn't know. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, exactly. And then I felt like, okay,
No. Actually, they didn't know. The wizard in their town just told them to follow the bird and then just follow the river.
oh yeah, that's
and
right.
then the brownies took them to the fairy godmother or whatever the fuck she was.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
lady in the trees that hit her head. Or that
I think
was my
that
joke.
we were talking too much smack during that scene.
Yep.
So
but she said that there was this kingdom somewhere.
that's true. That's
And
true.
the king and queen of that place would take care of the baby and raise her.
Oh yeah, because it was some sort of prophecy
Yeah,
that she was
exactly.
supposed to be the queen of stuff. Yeah.
But the weird thing is that the evil lady gets zippity zapped by the fucking thunder, the god of thunder. So what's the point of the baby?
Oh, fun thing.
We should have paid
Do-
attention to the movie.
Do you think that the baby will
baby?
the baby? Do you think that she will be a queen in the
In
TV series?
Oh, should we totally rare talk about that?
Yeah,
At
because
all, yeah.
I mean we never really touched on the TV series that's coming up
Nope.
in 2 days.
But I haven't even seen the trailer, dude.
No.
We forgot to predict the trailer or the new show. Like, where do we?
Shit.
Yeah,
No, but I'm just saying that the way that the movie ended, like, what do we think will happen in the show?
yeah, Robert, newly pissed. Do you think that the baby will be a
The
queen in the TV
in
series?
the TV series.
Eleonora, or what the hell his name was?
the bad guy
How
slipped and
many
fell.
years are we?
I don't know. That's the
Is
thing. I haven't seen the
30
trailer.
years?
30. 30.
So I guess yes, but also no.
Who's the
because
bad guy in the new one then?
It's gotta be the same
Race
baddie.
politics. No, just kidding.
It's gotta be the same baddie
Yeah, I don't know.
because she
Oh,
didn't get killed.
But you got zippity
Lightning
zap.
sippity sapped her.
Bill Cosby came from the sky and
And-
zippity zappity. We all sound like fucking bored when we're talking.
I think that the baby would be possessed by the evil witch or whatever. Like she gets possessed in some way or form by that evil witch.
Because none of you have seen the trailer, right?
Nope.
No.
No, I saw the
I know
announcement and then I saw this short thing where they all kind of gather up and then you get told nothing. So a teaser?
That's the thing. Because
Yeah.
I mean you
It's
need
like a
to
friends
get
reunion.
you need to get a group of people together to fight against an evil
I know
thing.
what's gonna happen.
Right?
I think
Like Elora will be the evil queen of everything, and
that would be
they
cool.
need to.
That would be cool. What I think is gonna happen is someone's gonna bring back Voldemort or whatever her name was, and that's how this story is gonna be.
It's Bethesda.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
Mephisto. There's someone called something like that, right?
Maddie knows everything.
Maddie, go.
No.
Just
You saw the
monologue.
trailer?
Just monologue.
Yeah, no, but I
Monologue
mean,
is outta
first
here.
of all, I seen the trailer, but I can't really remember anything.
Was
'Cause-
Tom Cruise in?
No, the only thing I don't.
Was he in a plane?
No, but also I
was
don't.
running.
I don't want to.
to
Running zone.
I don't want to spoil anything for you guys either, because
I don't care.
it's only one thing that I recall from the trailer,
You
and
want
that-
it that way?
and that is that Willow meets the brownies again.
Ah, nice. That's the thing I wanted
And I
to
saw
be
that.
brought back.
Oh yeah, okay.
I saw it.
But
I have
but that is also the
They
only.
speak the French.
But it is also
Yes.
the only
With
thing
an
I
Italian
remember.
accent.
I mean, of course, for reasons, Val Kilmer was not. He will not be in there because
No, yeah,
he
but he's-
doesn't act anymore.
That's not funny, but yes.
No.
That was just sad.
And no, that's just sad. And you know, all these old witches, and sorcerers,
Are dead.
they won't be there because they're probably dead. The actors, I mean.
Just Robert just cheers the death.
Yay, they're
Yay,
dead.
I
death.
can only reach so many buttons.
No,
Just whatever I can reach, I will press.
and I mean now when we saw the Joe Blow video straight after we saw the movie, and apparently there's 3 books or even more about the adventures of Willow after the movie.
Books?
But also in the
Three books. Matthias.
but in the first, god dang it, stop it!
No, that's not on you. That's
But
I am
that's
too
Count
drunk.
Chocula.
Hey.
Just fucking
I'm
blame
just too drunk to
about it.
but yeah, in the first book, Willow dies like immediately. So, but
That
apparently,
baby would know.
apparently they changed the lore of
Have
Willow.
you read the book, Matthias?
No, but
There you go.
they told me in the review of the video review. You know,
You know nothing.
I wanna push the button. Here we go.
Yeah, you did. You did.
So
It was
no,
good button.
no. Okay, so
pushed
my guess is, does this ever stop?
Nope.
All right. No, but okay. So my predictions of the TV series, it will be a whole new cast.
Yeah.
Probably he and the Brownies will be the only main character left from the movie. Since it's a high fantasy series, and you clearly saw that they wanted to show more of that in the movie, but they didn't have the budget for it. So there will be more fairies, more dragons, more special effects.
Oh man.
And,
I hope there's practical effects.
And I hope
please.
they do it in a good way and doesn't take away from the storytelling of it. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I didn't really care that much of Willow before tonight, but now when we
No,
actually
same.
saw the movie, I felt like, you know what? This is actually really nice. And I kind
it
of
was-
felt, those fake nostalgia feelings for it. Like I've seen this movie since I was a kid, but I just walked past the TV, maybe looked for like 50 minutes, and then I did something else.
Yeah. No, I watched this movie recurringly, like a lot. But like a lot of things, I remember none of it. Like, there's some movies that I just, like, I know I've seen it like a million times, but at such a young age, and then you haven't spent a minute thinking about it since. So it's like MacGyver. I watched it religiously. I don't remember almost any episode. I remember one in a fun house, one in Egypt, like in the pyramid, where he had gum and a paper clip and somehow took his... But it's like, I don't remember. Okay, it sounds like we're leaving mentally and physically.
Sorry, but the only MacGyver episodes that I remember is when his like girlfriend died And he had a lot of girlfriends,
Oh,
and they
there's
died constantly.
Yeah, but he also dated, or like there was an episode.
You also dated live girls.
No, but there was an episode with the girl from Blossom, I think, in an episode.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what
They're
that
in a
is.
ski lift.
That's it. That's
What's Blossom?
Blossom was this weird show about this girl
Called
that went-
Blossom with
Called
with,
Blossom.
with a big hat.
Yeah. And I don't remember anything from that show either.
I
But
only remember
watch it religiously now.
I only remember the intro, when she's dancing around and
Yeah,
they
she's
show the
dancing
names of the
around.
cast and she having a big purple hat.
Yeah. By the way, do you guys remember that show that was on TCC that you and me watched a lot, where they poured slime on everyone? Remember that?
well-
What the hell was that?
You darn city kids, you got cable and satellite TV.
Dude, the
I
thing
only got public service, 2 channels when I was a kid.
You know what?
Yeah.
The fun thing is, like, I had that early on, and then we only had 1, 2, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like after that, so we kind of downgraded from having like Netflix, TV, not Netflix, but the FilmNet. That was
Yeah.
it. FilmNet and
TV 1000.
and TV 1000 and whatever the other ones were called. Netflix. God damn it.
FilmNet?
FilmNet Plus and FilmNet the regular plus that one and some other shit, and then we lost all of it, and then I only had the sucky channels. but by then, like all the good stuff has stopped. TCC disappeared. Like I don't remember, but we kind of I don't know. My parents just stopped, having cable, and we had regular TV, and it sucked. Station.
No, but I'm gonna just tie it back to one thing that I was just supposed to talk about when it comes to that storytelling and whatnot. That the book business is kind of funny, because when it comes to that, they always want to have a cover art for the book first of all, just to put it in their catalogs and put it online. Like, okay, we're gonna sell this book, and it's gonna be awesome. And that's the first thing they ask for, and a small pitch.
That is the weirdest place to start.
And I already sold in this idea of having this book series of the super school, as I call it. So I just told the book publisher, I'm going to write 2 books first of all, and then we'll continue from there. And they're like, awesome, do that. And we wrote a contract, and they wanted to have 2 covers first of all. First of all, I'm an illustrator. I go in for the visuals. So the second book, I drew this awesome cover with these kids. There's a whole flock of crows flying around. They're stealing some crystals. They're flying towards the school. We're having this mysterious lion on it. I just had this vague idea what the book would be about. Mm-hmm. But then when it comes to the time to actually write the story, I felt, dang. That cover kind of looked kind of exciting. Now I need to deliver. And what the hell is this supposed to be about? I had no idea.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So draw a cool cover and then make a book out of it.
No, but also it's fun that it actually can go that way, because usually it's the opposite.
Yeah.
As an illustrator, you get text, and then you'll do the drawings from that. But now I just delivered. Here's the cover for a second book. It's gonna be awesome. I got I gave them the cover and the title of the book. The
Mother of
the stolen crystals. There you go. And they're like, this sounds amazing. This looks really cool.
We can't wait to.
What about the story? I have no idea.
It's crystals.
Let's find out.
And they've been stolen. Or
Yeah, no,
I love it though.
because I started to question: don't you need more? Don't you? You haven't really seen what I can do,
But
and they're
I
like,
think that's really good for the listeners to learn.
because this is important, kids, that you always need to challenge yourself. And for me, if I just sit on my own, just following tutorials or whatnot, I'm gonna learn this today. I never really take it seriously. But if you're working on it and you reach out to some, a project, they pay me for this. then you start to feel like, oh shit, I need to deliver.
Yeah.
And then you like push it. You push your
To the limit.
You push your abilities. You're starting to learn things, because if you don't know how to, write a story, you're really good.
You will learn.
You're doing the research. You're doing all of that, and that's how at least I feel like I learn and develop as a writer, as a professional. And you're just laughing and throwing stuff.
Sorry. I don't know what's happening.
It's just he's like constantly commenting on like, yeah, that's how you, yeah.
I'm drunk.
I'm trying to tell him to shut up.
I didn't even notice how he's doing it. I'm so beyond this podcast right now. I don't know where I am.
No, but you guys have been mentioned this 1,000 times before,
Yes.
also. But it's always
50 million times.
you need to push yourself in a way that you feel. At least you need to feel it's inspiring, and you feel that it's fun.
Yeah.
Because, but also, if you're just sitting there and you have like all the time in the world to do stuff, you never really take it seriously either. You kind of feel like you need some external pressure to actually deliver, because you feel like, okay, they put trust in me and I need to prove it for them, but also in a way I need to prove it for myself too, that I can do this.
Yeah.
And
Accountability,
and that's how the motivation builds up, and you feel like, okay, I need to do this because I want to prove to myself, I need to prove to the publisher, and I need to prove to people that I care about, and usually then that's the perfect thing when you actually hear from readers, like small kids that seen the pictures that have been drawn.
Yeah, I've seen that people have also given you reviews that you've reposted, or like kind words that have been said about the book. Like, it's really nice. to see.
But also when you see kids that like when you're starting to think about, because when you start to think about back when I was a kid and read books and stories, and this was a big part of my childhood, and then when you start to hear from these kids and they love the stories that yourself are doing, it's like, God dang, I'm part of their nostalgia. I'm part of their childhood.
Cool.
And feel like I need to treasure this. I need to take it to heart and be very, aware and feel that I'm a huge part of their childhood. And that's important.
Oh, dude, that is an awesome note to end on, because we're so drunk that you're awesome.
Yeah, dude. No, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, and if this is listenable, and you've listened this far,
You've been listening to Wine Podcast.
you've been listening to the
We've
Drunk
been
Book
whining
Heroes. Yeah,
And whining.
whining.
Yeah. That's
It's red whining.
but also, I think somewhere we're moving on.
Moving on. I need to really
Moving on.
catch the last train.
Moving on.
There is no retro.
Oh,
for
God
this
dang it.
episode. This episode